Alright guys, I just want to put a disclaimer before the video starts that I am making this guide for my clan OS Immortals and for some of my friends. It is a very average PvM guide. I'm very aware that I am not doing this perfectly. There's probably a ton of small little details that I'm missing. But you know what? I'm just making it for fun. And I just wanted to say thank you for clicking on it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope maybe you learn a little bit of something. I know hard mode tube is really hard to get into. The ceiling, the floor, everything is just really high. It's really hard to get into, so I figured I'd make this video to help, at least for MTPS. So just want to put that out there. Probably some things wrong, maybe a couple things that could have been said, but it's a pretty basic guide. So hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you all a really semi-accurate hard mode TOB guide for melee DPS. Alright, so let's take a look at the gear. Once you are more confident, if you would like, you do not have to bring a Blood Fury. You can bring a Torture, but it's very helpful. I think it does a lot in this raid. If you cannot afford Torva, Face Guard, Bandos, pretty simple. Fire Cape. If you don't have an Infernal Cape, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. Don't let people tell you it is. It really does not matter. It's personal preference, man. It's a game. Have fun. Let's look at the gear. You need a ranged weapon. I don't have a T-bow, so you can do a T-bow. Salve. You need a 3-tick melee weapon. This includes a ham joint or a swift blade. Ham joint is cheaper, but like literally -1 in a stat, so I wouldn't go with that. Rune pouch. Go ahead and grab Thralls or Vengeance, up to you. Mage weapon, I would do a Sang Staff, or you could do a Tunic and Shadow. I don't have a Sang Staff, I don't feel like buying it. BGS, definitely required. Dragon Warhammer, actually you don't even need, so I might just bank that real quick. Claws, Scythe, Halberd. For Super Restores, you got your Super Combats. 4 Brews, this is your pre-pots. Divine Super Combat, Angler, Stamina and Heart. Those will be 4 more brews, 2 anglers or 2 brews, a full stamina, and a Book of the Dead. And then I will be back when we are going into the raid, but that's the basis of it. Make sure you have this, change it to Arceus, and make sure you have this book, because it'll tell you can cast it without the book. Alright, it looks like everyone's ready, so we're going to go ahead and pot up. Super Combat, Angler, Stamina, Impute Heart if you got it. Doesn't really matter too much because you're not maging, it's just a little bit extra defense. Grab yourself the rest of the Ceradoan Brews. Let's go ahead and set the Quick Burst, Protect Mage, and Piety. Alright, first up you got the Maiden. It's the same order as regular TOB. I'm going to try to explain it best I can while I'm doing it. So we're going to go ahead and drop 2. Get out our BGS. So, first things first is everyone with a Dragon Warhammer is going to hit first. Then, we are going to BGS. Then you gotta put your Scythe on. Call it a Thrall. I like to step back a little at first just so I don't get hit by the bloods. First pair comes out. Avoid the blood like normal. We're just going to go ahead and DPS down these crabs. As soon as they're dead, back on the boss. With Maiden in hard mode TOB, if you get hit by her 3 or more times in a row, she starts doing a lot more damage, so you have to switch off the damage. And it's also a really big deal if any of these Nylhos get to her, because she starts attacking faster and she starts doing much more damage. So we're going to make sure we're switching tanks when we can. Deraker's got it right now. Sometimes there's not much you can do about it, but you just try to switch it as best you can. This third set, we're already flying through this because it's a 5-man. We are completely ignoring the crabs. We are skipping them. So you want to make sure you got your super combated up. You're going to declaw. Wow, 2 got in, so we're gonna abort. Normally, if the freezers get everything, you would just completely ignore the crabs, but since some got in, we're gonna abort it. Saves a little bit of time. If it fails, it's not that big of a deal. But you would sit there and you would claw, and you would scythe, and then you would crystal challenge. Yeah, right there at the end. I didn't get it off, but it's fine. Waste about 30 seconds or so, but it's not that big of a deal. Go ahead and equip your Dragon Warhammer again. Pick up your stuff, and we're gonna go on Bloat. At this point, put your Salve Amulet on. As a melee DPSer in a 4-man, you're gonna go ahead and BGS Bloat before anyone gets in. So Daraker is also melee DPS. And he said he's gonna go first, so we're gonna let him go. I like to eat an angler here just so I'm up. And since he's doing that, there we go, he hit a 5. All that matters is he hits anything. It's really unfortunate that Bloat turned around. He might just die right off the rip. Yep. That's the risk you take sometimes. Put your Protect from range on, put your Piety on. The only difference with Bloat is that the feet are constantly falling while you're attacking. You can still get the same amount of attacks in. And Bloat will change directions a lot more often, so you really got to pay attention to where he's at. There's the instant change. He's above 60% health, so he's only going to walk. The other melee DPSer went last time, so I'm going this time. We hit 46. That's pretty good. I don't think I get this last hit in, but if I breed for it anyway, I might be dead. Never mind, we're good. It's usually not even worth risking the hit for it, because it's always a 2 to 3 down, so... Try to stay in the diagonal corner from him, that way so if he switches you have plenty of time to react. That was my super combat going down, and of course that would happen. Just gonna make our way over there, he's pretty much dead, so... Crystal Chally. That was a really bad one. Very good. Pretty simple, but definitely a common room for people to die in. Don't get discouraged if you get fucked up. Just keep trying, doing the best you can. We're going to take ourselves off, and now we're going to go ahead and put on our 3-tick weapon, whether you have a Swift Blade or you have a Ham Joint. Swift Blade actually has, I think, it's stab bonus, and that's the only reason that it's slightly better, is it literally just gives +1 bonus to, like, stab, so it's not a huge deal. And I'm going to have to reset that. There we go. I'm usually range DPS, so I had my range, everything else turned off, and I could only click Rangers usually. So usually if you're in a 4-man, you're going to have a lot more tiles to run, but because we're in a 5-man, everyone only has like 4 or 5 tiles, so it's really important to try to do these as fast as possible without getting other people killed. Luckily, I'm like last in the group, so usually mine's pretty easy at the end. If we're already behind at that point, there's nothing I can do about it. You don't worry about too much damage that you take, you just hope your Blood Fury takes care of it. If you really need to heal, the second ball that comes through, no matter what, if you got it, you gotta tick eat it. The first one you tank, the other ones you tick eat. And remember, you can't tick eat if you're above 99. So make sure you've taken a little bit of damage at that point. And as long as you haven't died, you should have a decent amount of supplies. If you're the melee DPS, it is basically your job to just, like, drop people brews and stuff. Go ahead and grab yourself 4 super restores. I'm going to grab a bunch of brews. I like to grab a manta ray just for a tick eat. I'm gonna fill up on stamina pot, and you know, we'll grab another brew just in case. I'm gonna do it quick. Go ahead, head in. Whatever corner you had for Sote is now the corner that you have for Xarpus. You have that corner for Verzik, and you have that corner for yellow portals during Verzik as well. So make sure you keep that in mind. Xarpus, it is almost 100% required that you melee it. There are plenty of guides on YouTube, or I will slightly explain how I do it. The way that I do it is maybe, I don't know, it doesn't really make sense to some people. It makes sense to me, though. However it is, you figure out a way that you enjoy doing it, and you stick with it. That's all that matters. So, beginning's still the same. Everyone stands on these. Just gonna win around. Start, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw in Redemption, and we're gonna Dragon Warhammer spec it twice. Oh, wait, it's not starting yet. You're gonna wait, and then as soon as he goes to attack someone, go back again. Whenever I hear that spitting sound, that's when I click back, and then I just instantly click on Xarpus again. It is the same timing as doing Verzik, so if you have that down, this shouldn't be too bad. There's just a couple extra tiles in between you. Apparently I should have started more to the north because there's just a ton of space there, but Cam's done enough of these where he figured out. Okay, so this part, you are doing a 4-man. You just wait until everyone hits. In a 5-man, 2 people need to be synced up at the same time, so Cam is what he did there is he was on sync with Gat. He went from this corner and ran over here. Usually in a 4-man, you don't matter. You just let someone hit it, and then everyone hits, and you just AFK. I'm not even touching my mouse right now. I'm not touching my keyboard. I'm just sitting here, chilling. It's the easiest part. Go ahead. Put your Warhammer or your 2-handed weapon back on. Grab the food that you dropped. Someone will grab the staff. Then we head in. I actually haven't even been paying attention to time. Oh, we're good. Usually around 8 minutes. It's a pretty good time. 7 minutes, cutting it close, but still doable. Go put your scythe on. You're not going to need your Warhammer at all for this part. I'm going to do that. Go ahead and summon up Thrall. I'm sure the melee Thrall is probably better. The difference in hard mode is that when you do one hit, you then have to run over here. There's a lot of running, so I'm going to drink the Stam Pot. You do not have to do Augury, I just like to. Other than that, it's just like normal. You should know the timing of Verzik by now, like when you can run and not get hit. If you don't, I would highly recommend you go back to regular TOBs, but might just not be ready for it yet. Pillars are down, nice and simple, real quick. So during this phase, protect range like normal, Verzik is going to throw out the bombs, but the bombs leave poison behind. So you're going to pick 4 tiles and just do everything like normal and just do a rotation of whatever you can remember. I usually try to do clockwise. This time around, I'm doing a little bit of 2 on top, 2 on the bottom. If you're perfect, they will keep running around. The thing about the Nylhos is that the Nylhos will not blow up over time. You have to either hit them with whatever attack style they are, or you have to like get close to them and let them blow up. I'm gonna reset this poison. Lagging a little bit, but it's alright. Once you get into the rhythm, it's pretty simple. We got the purple, so I'm gonna move out of the way. Blow up that one. Try to get this purple. Just like normal TOB. Trying to protect for mage. I'm gonna get that out of there so I don't accidentally click on it. This part, you can just kind of do normal until a bomb comes out, and then... Keep your prayer up, keep your health up. We still got... I don't even remember if I dropped supplies on the ground. I'm pretty sure I did. Your whole goal as melee DPS is to just pack yak for people. Now that I think about it, I should have been throwing the whole time. That's my bad, but... If we missed time by 4 seconds, I guess that's my bad. It's at 1%, so I'm just hitting that to get a Blood Fury proc and go ahead and take care of that. Alright, final phase. Pretty similar with the tanking, except every 4 attacks you will switch tank. I'm not going to say that I am a pro at tanking, but I at least somewhat know how to do it. It might not be the efficient way of doing it. Coming up is the Nylhos. Like I said earlier, the only way to get rid of them is to attack them with their attack style. So you go ahead and mage that. I'm going to heal up just a little bit. We are coming up on web running. Make sure you pop a stamina. And make sure everyone is on here. And then web running as normal. I think it looks like we're just sending it. Because we have so much DPS right now. Usually for purple tornadoes, you want to try and have your health really low. That way, so if they hit you, it only heals Verzik about 50% of whatever. Yeah, so I took some damage. Yellows are coming up. Actually, I think I took damage because the tornado hit me. I'm gonna heal up a little for green ball. Usually you just wait, but because we were doing so much damage, I think that's why we sent it on the yellows and the tornadoes. That ball has to be bounced, and it's been bounced about 4 times, 5 times now, so yeah, it barely did any damage, and there you go. We still had plenty of time to spare. Honestly, we didn't need to send it, but I think they were just wanting to flex on them. You know, just to say they could do it. And then you get to the chest room. Unfortunately, no purples. I don't think it was my MVP. Probably not. And you just hope that you get a kit, maybe. Just a bunch of herbs. So yeah, that was a full run. I know it was a little hectic. I didn't really not the best at explaining things while I'm doing it. But I will go ahead and put a second run in now so people can also watch that. So there we go. We're going to let them get their BGS hits off first. Then I'm going to go ahead and get Dragon Warhammer. If you do get hit by Maiden, she can drain your stats, so make sure you're at 118 in your melee stats at all times. Especially for that last part where you're trying to skip. If you're not at 118, it can really make a difference when you only got a couple of seconds to skip past those grabs. Throw back out. Tank some of these hits so someone else doesn't have to. Make sure I'm staying at 118. Now we are just 100% DPS. Claw spec. Into Scythe. Into Chally. Nice. Pick up your brew. I'm gonna go ahead and eat an anglerfish. Put this on. Grab my BGS. Head on in. That's super unfortunate. I didn't even spec. Oh, well. This is just going about as well as it could possibly go. So, melee DPS don't do what I just did and then completely forget to spec and then get hit and just BGS whack. It was not good. Okay. So now we're gonna get a BGS spec in. Absolutely massive, 75. I think someone else BGS spec as well, but ouch. Get one more hit in, and I'm out of here. You know what, it's at 19%. I don't see the need to BGS spec. We'll just save it. We'll just use the claw spec, finish it off. Easy. Not clean. I did not say clean, but easy. Put our ham joint on. Whoever range DPS is, which I think is boss underneath me here, usually brings pot share for a stamina, so you don't need to bring a stamina, but I prefer to have one with me just in case. Looks like Cam's helping out with mage a bit, so I'll go ahead and get this side as well. First mini boss comes up. Claw spec it into a scythe. Just protect from it. So now we got 3 rangers coming in. And then these majors come in, and once these majors come in and there's enough room in, there's like not too many Nylhos is when the second boss will spawn. So declaw, into scythe, and dead, easy. Go ahead and clean up around the room here. If you attack the wrong style, you will get the damage reflected back at you, so be very careful with the scythe. I prefer to use it on like the bigger ones, or if I know the clump is just melees. Honestly, sometimes it's just better to use the ham joint for the bigger ones anyway. These guys, when they explode, just like in normal TOB, they will do damage, but obviously since it's hard mode, they do a lot more damage. Everything does more damage in hard mode. So the third one comes out, and we're just going to ignore it. We're just going to protect against it. Clean up the room. Did I have auto retaliate on? That was weird. Ouch. So melee, you can stand pretty much anywhere you want. Mage, you gotta come to. Melee gun, I just had a really bad lag spike right there, so that was lucky that it was mage. Range is the one where you have to split up from each other at least 2 tiles away. You also have to protect, that helps. So then after range, you might as well just always come together, because it's either going to be melee or mage. And if you're ranged DPS, you don't have to move at all, so that's what I'm used to, so this is not exactly the best Nylho example, because I'm not used to this. But it still gives you a couple seconds, so you just really got to think about what you're doing. What I'm doing right now is picking up all these darts I'm leaving on the ground. Let them know that we hit. Alright, so I am not part of the maze this time, so I just get to chill and follow whatever they do and hopefully not die from it. Whatever damage you take, obviously you shouldn't be taking any, but if you do, hopefully Blood Fury takes care of it. And it looks like I have the ball. So this is first ball, so I'm going to stand here, and the other person's going to stand right there. And if you don't have ball, you're just going to stand in the middle. And that actually was a lot more damage than I was anticipating. Maybe because of the melee beforehand. Just brew back up. We got plenty of them. I could call it a thrall right now, but it's already at 36, and at 33 it's going to teleport us away, so I'll wait till we get back. Alright, this time around I do have... I should have done that. Take it, yep. I don't know if it's me or this world, but this lag is... Oh, Cam died when we came out of there? Alright, well, I have to tick eat this. I'm lagging. Wish me luck. You can always do the step back to avoid melees, but I'm lazy and just kind of chance it. And just stay in here with melee on as much as possible. There we go. Anything extra you have, like you got 1 doses, unless you need them, obviously, but anything extra, just kind of drop them on the ground. By that, they got bruised for days, it looks like. Oh, I should have picked those up. They went to waste. I was going to let someone else grab them, but I think we'll be fine. Shouldn't matter too much. This will probably be a better example of what I do for Xarpus, because I didn't have the recording software recording the cursor last time. Assuming I don't mess it up, because sometimes you get a little bit off rhythm and then it's just a shit show. But hopefully it'll be fine. So you can start here, or you can start here. The nice thing about starting here is that if you fuck up, you're only messing up this tile. If you mess up on the corner, you're messing up like 4. You're messing all 3 of these up, so really important that you don't mess up right off the rip. That should be the last one, so go do that, do this. I prefer to just go when he looks at me. And click back whenever I hear that spitting sound. That's not. Okay, you know what, that worked out. Had to skip an attack there just to get back into rhythm with this. I was gonna say, I still probably fucked up one of the tiles, but there's nothing wrong with just skipping a couple attacks, get back into rhythm. I never really pay that much attention to it, but I'm pretty sure it's 3 scythe attacks and then you skip one. Maybe if you're doing it a different way, you can get one every time. That's just how I've learned to do it. It's worked so far. Nobody's yelled at me. I'm sure when I post this video, someone in my clan will probably yell at me and tell me everything I'm doing is wrong, but so it's on me, so I'm gonna let them attack first, and then I'm gonna attack, take my hands off the keyboard, and just let the game do its thing. Super easy. There we go. I didn't drop anything, so I'll just grab that. And honestly, I don't even... Yeah, I could do this just so I can pick up the staff. Oh, no, I can. There we go. So now at 170, spiking up to 210 ping. So hopefully that doesn't become an issue. I'd like to turn this off for now. Go ahead and drink a stem. It's dead. Call this thrall in over here just so it's not messing with me. Oh, that's not good. Not a good start. And this is going really well. This is why we keep our health high. Now I got this clockwise rotation going. Everything's just settled down a bit. Still lagging a bit, but hopefully it's gonna be fine. That landed on me, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to kill that. This one's coming at me, so I'm gonna do that. I would get walked into that. That sucks. Whatever. Take the 10 from the Divine. Hopefully Blood Fury heals me up. He just pot shared something with me. I don't really know what. Maybe just a super restore? I don't know. The red Nylhos. Okay, cool, I'm at full health. The red Nylhos in normal TOB, you can leave them in a little bit of health. If you don't destroy them if you don't kill them fully in hard mode, they do explode and do a bit of damage, so. Always just best to get rid of them unless they wander away from you. Then I guess you don't have to worry about it. I highly doubt we will be skipping to yellows during webs. Same as tornadoes and stuff. In a 4-man. That was a really bad time to lag. Don't ask me where I'm going, because I don't know. And I fucked this up, so I'm just gonna bail out. So I don't fuck them up. We're not, like, in a rush for time or anything, so... That was just real unfortunate that I clicked underneath and then couldn't get back in time. 20% is when tornadoes come out, so she's at 26, so we're probably just gonna off, and I'm gonna let a couple other people hit. I'm just gonna sit here and focus on my prayers. It's at 21.9, it's about as close as you're gonna get it. Open my chat box, so I can see if I get green ball. If your yellows do not show up, it's mid, and sometimes they're underneath her, so you gotta pay attention to that. Okay, I'm really bad at judging when she attacks right after specials, so that's why I kind of ran away, and that's not good. Someone's gonna get ball here. It's me, so I'm gonna follow Cam. That might kill me. I was gonna say, I really don't want to heal. Hopefully this gets us to the end. Nice. There you go. Not perfect, but I think... No, we had one death on Sote. Hey, we got a purple. It's not mine, but someone got purple. Hey, my MVP too, nice. A Verzik hilt. Easy. Easy money. And jack shit.